Well, now the mics are live, so no pressure. Don't turn into an awkward butthole. Okay, we're restarting.
Nailed it.
Always.
Did you say awkward butthole?
Well, is there any other kind? Welcome to the Camo and Hooks podcast. This is Mike.
This is Luke.
We going out of town, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we leaving. Not together, though.
No.
No, we don't get to take a trip together. No road trip.
That would be novel.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should. Hold on.
Wait a second.
Let's restart this with, we're going on a road trip.
Yay!
Now, there's plenty of places to road trip, but we are taking hunting trips out of town. Both of us are planning road trips. Well, not road trips. Trips. Hunting trips. I am planning, actually, currently, as we speak, I have the planning, the Southwest Airlines page up on my computer to plan a trip to South Carolina to do some turkey hunting with my son. Yep, that's not what they sound like, though. So if you do that, you can never come. That is nowhere close. I do have a mouth call. We should do a whole episode where you can only answer with turkey calls.
Be our most downloaded episode.
It would. That would be the thing that broke us out to the greater. Get us on Rogan or something. It's like, So you guys were the ones that did a turkey call. Wow. Talk about that. Well, Joe, we had gone and seen a shaman. And we drank some ayahuasca, and kind of in that self-realization process, we realized that us and turkeys are really one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or really, we got to the point where we're like, nobody's listening to this anyway, so let's do this and see what happens. And when you know it.
Man, could you imagine calling it a chimp like that and trying to hunt him? You ever seen a chimp? Those things will tear right through you. Jamie, pull that up. You ever seen a chimp on DMT? Man, they pretend to be turkeys. It's wild. It's wild stuff, man. I'm headed to South Carolina. I'm going to hunt with my oldest son. He's 9 years old. He's got a little 410. I've got a 20 gauge shotgun, and we're gonna try to get out there into the mountains. We haven't decided yet. We're either doing private land or we're going to there's a state park out there that has public hunting land. Can't remember the name of it, but we'll go back and reinsert that digitally later with a digital voice.
Yeah, it'll sound a lot better.
It will totally sound natural. So that's my plan for getting out of town, and I've had to think about a whole lot of stuff. What do you got going on?
So I am planning with a friend of mine from work. Actually, we've been bonding a lot about hunting and stuff.
So early you said everybody's a buddy, and then now this guy's a friend.
Now he's a friend.
He got upgraded just when the mic came on.
So he lives in Denver, but he has he's got a buddy who lives in Wyoming.
You're presuming a lot about their relationship.
Sure
I think.
do. Yeah. So Wyoming, I guess, is just a 3-hour drive from Denver.
Okay.
At least this particular ranch is in southern Wyoming. And on this ranch, I guess there are just herds of antelope. So in Wyoming, you can get an out-of-state antlerless antelope, say that 5 times fast, tag for like $45.
Wow. And
that's it. I mean, you gotta put in for it, and there's a drawing and all that kind of stuff. But last year we were just barely too late to sign up for the drawing, and they ended up having leftovers in a bunch of their sections. So theirs is not done by county. It's done here in Texas. We don't have to draw for. I mean, there's some special draw hunts that you can get in on. But to shoot a deer, all you got to do is walk down to insert sporting goods sponsor here.
Right.
Give them your money and they give you a license and you can go shoot 5 deer. But in, I guess, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, you gotta put in the lottery for everything. There's, from what I understand, there's very few things that you can just get a license and go hunt them. So these antelope, you put in for the drawing and hope you get drawn, and they split the state into like 60 sections.
Yeah.
And I don't
Units.
know what that's based on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but my friend Tyson seems to think that our odds are very good to get, especially because we're going for the antlerless antelope tag. We're not trying to trophy hunt or anything like that. It's just a meat hunt that we're going for. So.
Nice. So what are you doing in looking forward to that? And when is that going to be? October, you said?
That's in October, but
it's a ways off.
Yeah, it's a ways off, but our planning starts now because you've got to get, depending on the species, depending on the state, you've got to get your application in the spring.
Yeah.
So these antelope tags that we're putting in for, we have to have our application in by May 31st. Which at this point is still, a month or so, a month and a half, but that's going to come up pretty quick. So I also have to make sure, can I get to Denver in October? I got to look at plane tickets for that. I got to look at my life schedule, that far in advance. My podcasting schedule as well.
Yeah.
So you have to think about all that stuff 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
As well as making sure that you're meeting the deadlines required, that you've got all your information together, all that kind of stuff.
Right. So let's say May 31st, you pull the tag, you guys are good, you have it. What do you start doing right then outside of just the normal, checking the calendar? What are the kind of things you're going to do to start getting ready for that?
Well, so here in Texas, my hunting experience has consisted of shooting deer at 100, maybe 125 yards.
Yeah.
At the most. More often, it's even shorter than that because we're hunting in stands and we're hunting feeders. Out in Wyoming, I'm probably looking at least a 300-yard shot if I'm lucky. So probably longer than that. So my plan, we draw the tags, start looking at plane tickets, figure out when the best time to buy that is to find a place here in the area where I can start practicing shots at that distance.
Yeah.
Just so I'm comfortable with looking through a scope at 300, 350, 400 yards, comfortable with taking that shot, making adjustments for wind and bullet drop and all that kind of stuff. So that's the biggest thing that I have to put together. When I get there, he's going to let me use his guns and stuff, because like we've talked about, I've got a 270, which is good for my 100, 150 yard shots. But further out, you need something a little more, with a little more punch.
Just a little more velocity, really.
Yeah. So he's got those taken care of. I'm just going to use his when I get there. But for the time being, while I'm here, I can either just practice those shots with my 270 and just try to get accurate with that. And if I'm accurate with that, then I'll certainly be more, accurate with something with a little more velocity. But I also may check out some ranges here in the area and, where I can maybe rent a gun or something.
That's probably good. And try to approximate what you're going to be shooting out there.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of what style of hunt is it? How are you going to be getting around out there?
So again, very different experience. This is what most of the country considers hunting.
Right.
So we'll actually get to do some glassing.
Nice.
Which I've never actually done. I've never really been somewhere where I could see far enough that it mattered.
Yeah, I've only done it to check another stand on the same property.
Sure. Right, exactly. I've pulled out the binoculars to go, okay, is that a spike or a doe? And how big is that spread? That's about it. That's not really glassing. That's more confirmation sighting. So we're actually going to be probably just driving the property in a truck. We'll drive a ways, stop up on a ridge, pull out the binoculars, and take a look, see what we can find. And then once we find a herd of antelope, and apparently, here we're so accustomed to getting up in the dark, sitting in the stand, waiting for the sun to come up, or then you're sitting as the sun goes down. Again, very different experience. Not the case. These antelope are just out all day.
Yeah.
Running around, eating, in the fields.
Well, they live in Wyoming. What else do they have to do?
Exactly. So they're not bedded down during the day like the whitetail are that we're used to.
Right.
That kind of thing. So really it's just going to be driving around all day, jamming some country music probably.
Nice.
drinking some coffee in the truck.
So a big part of it's going to be getting the playlist together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be your responsibility.
Yeah.
They're not going to let me handle any guns, but they said I could do the playlist, which I'm pretty stoked about.
Well, knowing Tyson, it's going to be a lot of Hank 3 probably.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Listening to. So.
That's aggressive going out. I like it.
Yeah.
That's going out with power.
Yeah.
It's headed out there with an aggressive attitude.
Coffee,
I like
guns, and Hank 3, and then we'll have the bottle of bourbon for once we get the antelope in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Then we'll break out the bourbon.
Well, it'll probably soothe some of the pain of having to have broken it down and be out in Wyoming, basically.
Yeah,
trudging
exactly.
across. And the lucky thing is you're going to be in a truck, so that is going to help.
It's not going to be too brutal. We're shooting for We're shooting for October, so that it's not just brutally cold.
Yeah, because
it's still going to be considerably cold. It's considerably colder than I'm used to.
Yeah,
we're probably going to be in the 20s or something.
They have an actual fall there. There is a season between summer and winter.
Well, we get that season. We just get it for like 2 weeks.
Right. Or like a one morning.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice.
Or we'll experience all 4 seasons in a week.
Yeah. That was a crisp morning. I guess that's all I get. So, and it's kind of funny because looking at the out of town trip that I have coming up, it's again, vastly different experience than that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be different than what I've experienced hunting here as well. It's certainly not, it is going to be not stand hunting, or it's not going to be blind hunting because we're not archer hunting, but we are going to be sitting very still waiting for turkeys. And the way we're looking at it is, it's Sumter National Forest is a possible place where we're going to go. So anybody that has experience, definitely hit me up. But we're going a little late in the turkey season just because that's how the schedule worked out. So there's a good chance we're going to be scraping around for turkey leftovers. Who knows? Who knows how it's going to be out there?
Yeah.
But, it's going to be turkey hunting. So it's going to be a lot of sitting still, a lot of waiting, a lot of calling in. I haven't done any calling. I don't call whitetails in. You just put food out.
Right.
They're going to show up. Like, you could call them if you want to, I guess. But, so I've been working on my mouth calls and all kind of stuff. But yeah, like it's a little closer permit wise than in South Carolina, like it is here. It really is just like a permit. And then you get a certain number of tags along with the permit. You don't have to put in for a lottery or anything like that with the turkeys. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to how different that's going to be. I mean, hunting a bird that's not a dove. And seeing what that's like, treating it more like a big game animal in a lot of ways. And the added experience of taking my son.
That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be really awesome. He's still a little shy about the shotgun. He shot that.
What are you guys doing to get ready for that?
Yeah, so that's been kind of the hill to climb. We've gone out hunting once with his shotgun. We went small game hunting, and really that's when I gave it to him. And I gave him the choice: do you want to come out and bow hunt, or do you want to come out and use a shotgun? He chose a shotgun. He's tried it a couple times. Obviously, like any kid, like the kick gets him a lot, and he's a little worried about it. He's a particular and sometimes worrisome kid in and of himself.
Just in general.
Yeah, in general. So I'm working on it. It's, he's not like freaking out about it, but he's literally gun shy. Literally gun shy about it. Like that's, the kick and the sound and everything like that is just something has to continue to get used to. We've been out to the range with it, and, we worked on it, and he's watched me shoot plenty of times, and I've given pointers. He's working on his own. But yeah, that's something to work on. But the one bit of solace that I take is that it's going to be me, our friend Aaron, and then he's my partner in Throw Bros, and then also a friend of his that kind of got him into hunting and bow hunting. His name's Devin. And so it's going to be 3 guys out there with some hunting experience. Devin's the most experienced one. He's kind of guiding us on this one more or less. And there's going to be my son. There's a really good chance my son doesn't fire a shotgun. Really good chance. That's going to be slim pickings on the turkeys anyway.
Sure.
And you're going to have 3 experienced people there. So to me, that's okay if he doesn't end up taking a shot. That's fine. But if he gets to carry a shotgun through the woods with the guys and see the experience and be outdoors and do that, that's all I really care about. I don't know.
That's all I care about.
Right. Yeah. Like I'd be happy if
I like hanging out in the woods with dudes and we all got guns and we're trading stories.
Yeah. And that's what I want him to see.
That's going to be such a cool experience, for a kiddo.
Oh yeah. And he's going to hear more curse words in like a 1 weekend period that he's heard his entire life, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And, again, you talked about that. And I think it's a really good point. Like that's the part that I dig and that I want. Like I'm perfectly happy if Aaron or Devin gets a turkey to just cheer for him and help him break it down.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. So I want him to see that too. I want him to be part of that experience and realize we also talked about in a previous podcast, like the overemphasis on the kill culture and the kill.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be cool to show him like like, that's not just about that. Like,
exactly.
He kind of gets it already. And I get that because I've taken him hunting, and kids adapt pretty quickly. And he's taken up backyard squirrel hunting like I have.
Excellent.
And I can tell he zens out a little bit when he does it. He likes to shoot the recurve bow at him, and which is good luck.
Yeah.
But
more power to you.
Yeah, but he zens out a little bit. So I want him to get that part of it. So the gun part we're going to work on, but I'm in no hurry to get a gentle-hearted 9-year-old kid
gun happy
into guns and everything like that. That's going to happen plenty when the first little pumps of testosterone go through his body.
Sure.
He's going to want to make things go boom.
Yeah.
But that's the big planning things for us are just really the travel part and the timing of everything. And I think we're going to try to camp 2 nights and get probably 1 full day of hunting, maybe an evening, and then a full day of hunting. And all this is new to me because I only know what I've seen in turkey hunting from watching on YouTube, basically, and what I've tried to read and what I've tried to learn about it. But, that idea of an animal that's incredibly, incredibly tuned into environment, has great eyesight, can smell you probably from a mile away, and just is great at seeing movement and everything. Like that's a very brand new thing for me, and how to hunt it and how to do it. I'm going to be going to school on this one. And, but there's the equipment concerns are obviously that's what I want to focus on, but I'm trying not to overdo it and try to buy every piece of equipment under the sun because
you see, you're not going to get a ghillie suit.
Well, yeah, duh. You mean another one? No, and that's the temptation is to get.
I need a low country ghillie suit now. I'm going to South Carolina.
So yeah, I need to resist that temptation. But honestly, the biggest part to me is I'll spend the planning portion getting the right gear. And that's the nice part about having a guide like this Devin guy is that he can tell us hey, here's what you really need. Here's just to get out there and hit the basics and do what you guys want to do. Here's what you really need.
And again, people have been shooting turkeys forever.
Yeah, in flannel shirts.
In fact, the great American comeback conservation story, right, is the turkey.
Go on.
Well, we almost ran out of turkeys at some point early in the 1900s.
Yeah,
and then they brought it back.
Well, they shouldn't be so delicious. And that's
their own fault.
And that is the secret. Although I do love the idea of the experience on the whole, whether we catch anything or not, it doesn't really matter. But the experience of me or Evan bringing home a turkey that we cook at Thanksgiving, man, that tickles something, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That idea of serving something at Thanksgiving that you actually harvested that. Oh man, that's what I'm shooting for. But yeah, the planning part is fun. I'm actually shocked by how little I'm having to do, to be perfectly honest. That I've got pretty decent equipment already.
Yeah.
That a lot of it is just I need to learn as much as I can about turkeys and turkey hunting before I get there. But I think there's really no better teacher than just being there and doing it. So I'm probably, I'll probably learn more in 10 minutes of being out than I did in 10 hours of watching video.
Well, yeah, get out there and make some mistakes. And you're like, oh, okay, don't do that again.
Yeah, and then ruin Devin's hunting chances. I'm sure he really now he's got private land and he's already been taking turkeys. So this is almost like a charity drive for him. He's like, let's get these poor idiots out here and show them how it's done. I am going to invest in a turkey choke, and I have gone to the one thing Evan and I have done to prepare is that we patterned our shotguns, and he enjoyed that a lot. We got the turkey targets. There's these great targets called orange peel targets. They have an orange background with a photo of a turkey on it. Stick them onto a box. They're adhesive on the backside. You shoot them, and they're the kind that highlight, they have a white splatter on the paper, like a white tear where you hit, and then the other ones are not. But it'll help the pattern. The 20 gauge is patterned in great. I had 57 shot on 57 shots on at 20 yards or something like that. And I even texted our guy Devin. He's like, yeah, it's a dead turkey, man.
Nice.
And out to 20 yards, that 410 will do the job too. But it's tough. You got to be close with that little 410.
Yeah.
And but I'll probably get a turkey choke to tighten it a little bit more. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty happy with where we are gear wise. So it's really just a matter of booking plane tickets. So maybe I should just shut up and book the plane tickets while you talk. Maybe that could be the thing that we do. Yeah. Nice. But that's the only other out of town stuff I have right now. Other than that, it's just been around town. We did a little hog hunt with my son, unsuccessful. We just missed him. And the first light came and went, and we weren't out. We didn't get out to the spots yet, but man, we're archery hunting them out there. So that's going to be fun.
Nice. And you can do that year round out there.
Year round at Granger. Yeah. It's really nice. And you can take small game out there too. It's just one of those mornings. And of course, I'll give you a guess. It is, what was it? It was March when we went out there, early March. What do you think the first animal we saw was?
White-tailed deer?
Yeah. Yeah, what kind?
Was it a big old buck?
Yeah, it was a pretty good size 6-pointer.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Yeah, they know.
Oh God. Before we got off the campgrounds, like before we had gotten to the border of the PHL, like he just like strolled out 40 yards away.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, y'all? My does are right back here. And then he walked and like 6 does followed him. I was like, you cocky son of a bitch. I'll see you in the fall. No, I won't.
No,
No, you won't.
he's going to be a ghost.
He will be a ghost. But interestingly, I was actually just on a podcast earlier today talking about this. He's a guy from Canada that hunts also. And sorry, I've been cheating on you. He was saying like, yeah, and you know what? You will see those guys. But you know what? Even when it's down, like it's off season and you're in weird places, you won't see the big boys for very long.
Yeah.
You won't, like, you may catch a glimpse of them, but they're not going to stand around and stare at you. They'll vanish real quick. That's how they got to be so big and old.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, first animal out there. First living thing we saw that wasn't us.
Yeah.
I was like, Evan, look. He's like, oh. And he had like his little toy bow. I'm like, I could tell he's looking at me. He's like, no, it's totally not season, man.
Yeah.
We could go to jail. So you're also shooting on a campground. So
yeah, there's lots of no's.
Easy killer.
There.
Easy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I got, man. You got anything else out of town planned?
No, not yet, but maybe let's work on that road trip.
We should road trip it out. It is turkey season coming up. We could probably grab some here in East Texas. We should look into that. Maybe we'll thumb through the public hunting lands book, see what we can just walk onto. There's nothing for turkey, by the way. But we could totally go get some squirrel together.
Oof. Let's do it.
All right, man. Well, that's it for us. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.